join the program. March is a 20K month. April is a 30K month. What's the secret?
Our niche is actually helping aspiring entrepreneurs where we put a lot of money. We lost 20 grand. We were having a chat and we were like, oh shit, we're not making money. And with other mentors and people in the past, advice isn't like concrete. It's not like do this for the next 60 days and you will get a result.
Like fuck these coaches that are just like saying shit, brain dumping onto you.
Pretty blown away with just like how much value is in there. And
when you're the most scared about doing something, just like jump the furthest and just take action.
Tegan, Nathan, I'm so excited to chat with you guys today, mostly around your massive success being a part of CCA and your last 90 days of success. We're recording now in April. You guys just shared with me that you're closing in on a 30K month. And one of the weeks in April was a 20K week. And then in March, you guys had a 20K month. So as soon as I was seeing all these wins in the school group, I had to reach out to you guys and be like, you need to come on the show. You need to tell everyone like what you guys did. And I think it's so cool to see your like power couple energy building this business together. So I'd love for you guys to just kind of like open up the floor and tell the listeners a little bit more about what your business is and your niche, and then we'll go from there.
Hey guys, I'm Nathan.
And I'm Tegan.
Yeah, and we started CCA in Feb, and yeah, our niche is actually helping aspiring entrepreneurs build their first online business. So pretty much a little bit of a backstory. I love health and fitness. I was a PT and tried to turn it into an online business, and yeah, definitely have the skill sets to do that. And over the course of kind of 6 to 12 months when we were living in Bali last year, we learned some skill sets. And yeah, while we did love it, Teags felt like she wanted to have something that was a little bit more aligned with her because she's coming from a bit of a background of registered nursing. And so we decided to help aspiring entrepreneurs get into the online space, turn their passion into profits. So basically what we do is we just help people monetize the skill set. And yeah, we teach them how to do it. And yeah, it's super, super exciting and great success so far this year.
I love that. And do you guys find yourself working with a lot of like fitness pros, or is it just kind of like a wide range of people that you're helping?
No, we definitely work with like a massive variety of people. So we're working with people like in Australia, in the UK, in the US, like people are everywhere. But we're working with people who are in like health and fitness. We're actually working with some registered nurses who are mentoring other nursing students. We're also working with people in like mindset and anxiety space as well. So it's a very vast majority. We do have the fit pros kind of gravitate towards us because there's a different level of trust, obviously with Nathan's background in there as well. But definitely big variety, which is good. We love the challenge. We're like, yeah, bring it on.
I love it. So I'd love to know a little bit more about what your time was like before CCA. Like, obviously there's something that attracted you to this program and made you feel like maybe I need a coach, maybe I need a program. So give the listeners maybe like a visual or an explanation of where you guys were before you joined, that you maybe started to feel like, okay, like I want some support to help grow this business.
Yeah, so I was actually like a low-key stalker of your page.
You have a good lead magnet. Really good lead
really
magnet.
good lead magnet. We actually went through all of your funnels. So we went through your free resources. We then did your paid mini course. And then I was like, we just have to see what she's all about. Like if she can do it, like there's absolutely no reason why we can't do it. So then that's when we started working with you.
Her story about the debt as well.
Oh yeah, your personal story about your journey, like with your personal debt, that like was a massive thing for me because I had a lot of that when I was nursing and I was just working around the clock to do double shifts to pay it off. So I really resonated with your message there as well.
Yeah.
But before this, like we've been working with mentors. Like Nath is like the biggest mentor investor. Like I know, and sometimes I'm like, slow down.
Yeah, but what really drew us towards the CCA is like the content side of things, and we're really aligned with not paying for advertising. We've been stung in the past, and it's probably our own fault where we put a lot of money behind paid ads. We didn't know how to read all the KPIs. We lost 20 grand, and like you had like a really good ecosystem on how like you get people in your world, I guess, and how you actually go about it just through being genuine storytelling content. And we're like, yeah, we could really, use this with our business. And yeah, like Teague said, like we got your free Instagram guide and we're pretty blown away with just like how much value was in there. And even the mini course was so valuable. And we just like, we were the one booking
Keep
the
going.
call. We're an easy sell.
We're probably the easiest
I
sell.
love that. That's so epic because people like, I don't know if you guys feel like this, but I think like even for me now, I've been posting on social media. I mean, since 2011, like personally, but more professionally, like since 2020. And I think there's always that like little bit of us. It's like, is anyone even listening? Like, is anyone even watching? And it's such great feedback to like hear from you guys. Like, no, we're like going through the freebies. We buy the mini course and it's like, this is exactly how these things are supposed to work. So if you're listening out there, you're a personal brand, you're a course creator, content creator, like you really do have human beings behind your phone, behind your computers, watching and being like, I want to learn from you. And that's why I love educational content because I'm not like a big scroller. Like I don't really like scroll. I don't really like rot. People are talking about this brain rot. Maybe like once every 3 months, I'll like just have like a super dead day on the couch and like do that. But pretty much like I love consuming educational content. So I love that you guys said that. So with that being said, when you joined CCA, did you like know your niche or you were like, okay, we just want to monetize, we want to make money online, like we're business people, but we don't really know where to start. Like where were you kind of at in that realm?
Yeah, like love this question. So we had spoken about like our vision to work together late last year and we kind of just like left it as a conversation. Then when we invested in working with you and learning like everything that you knew, that's when we decided to like really get clear on our niche. So we did not have any idea who we wanted to work with before we started working with you. We literally built this business from the ground up inside of your course. And we're massive people. We like go gun ho at something until it starts delivering the results. So yeah, this business is like a brand new business for us. And, us working together as the face of it as well is very brand new, but it's been great. Like everything that you taught us is something that we have been able to tweak in our own way to really understand like how to get clear on who it is that we really want to serve in the industry as well. So yeah, brand new business, brand new niche.
Super epic. And with that in mind, like, let's kind of just walk everybody through this journey again. So, like, February, you guys are like, CCA, I'm ready. Let's go. You join the program. March is a 20K month. April is a 30K month. What's the secret? Like, what has been the biggest secret to your success? Because this is massive 50K in 90 days.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's like even touching on what Teague's just mentioned there, like because it is a new business, I guess it gives people inspiration that, you can start from scratch and actually have this kind of success. And like in terms of the secret, I just believe that it's just trusting the process. Like for me, like if I'm going to invest in someone, like they've walked the path, like me trying to tweak what they've done or me trying to put my own spin on it doesn't make sense. It's just like literally copy exactly what they've said, do the work, put the inputs in every day. And like it is hard there for a bit, like to trust the process when it's not working and when it's not paying off. I remember we were having a chat and we were like, oh shit, we're not making money. And Teague's, she's obviously a little bit emotional being a girl. And she was like, oh, do I have to go back to a 9 to 5? And like, we're having this conversation. And I'm like, no, we just got to keep going because, the inputs will equal the result if we just keep putting the inputs in. And yeah, we just kept trusting the process, kept showing up. And yeah, I think we've gotten like close to 20 clients in the last 6 weeks, or even since March is kind of when we started taking on clients, because the first month we were really just digesting the content and building stuff out and stuff like that.
Wow. I love this. And I want to even touch on the like masculine feminine dynamic because we usually support like a lot of women in the program. And usually, like women, I feel have to like do it all themselves, right? Like one day I gotta like be like, no emotions, like fuck it. I gotta just like follow the plan. And then the other day you're like but fuck, do I have to go get a job? And like, these are the things I used to think about too. When I first started my business, I was like, oh, I could like waitress. Like, I'll just do that. I'll nanny. Like, you kind of just start running these things in the back of your head. But I think it's so cool that you guys have each other. And like, that's what I have in my relationship too with Marcos, where I'll always just kind of turn to him and I'll be like, I'm throwing it all in the towel. Like, fuck it. Like, nothing's working. And he's like that voice of reason for me too. But what I think is so cool is that you guys are in the same business together. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Like, I'm so intrigued. Like, what are the highs? What are the lows? Anything you're comfortable sharing? Because I think this will help people whether they work with their partner or they just have like a business partner as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like, so me working with Nath, like it's always been like Nath's been in the entrepreneur world for like since when I've known him. So this is all I know about him, where for me this is very, very new and very foreign. So for me, I like to think that I'm probably one of the luckiest women in the world to have had him in my life to bring me into this world, because I wouldn't come here without him. Like I would still be nursing. Like there is no doubt in my mind for sure. But I think the thing is, like, we both bring very, very different skills to the business. Like, I'm a very systems driven person. Like, I know where everything's at, what everyone's doing, like where each person falls into everything. And that's like a massive strength of mine, where Nath is really good at continuing to be like the big vision. Like he's like, oh yeah, like, don't worry about that. We'll pivot and change this really small thing and everything's going to blow up. And then I'm like, no, that's absolutely ridiculous. But then when I just do what he says, exactly that happens.
Yeah. And even touching back like on that as well, like I've known sales and I've been in business for a bit, obviously in the online world, only the last kind of 18 months. And the success was very like up and down. But like with Teagues, I think like even her just subconsciously like listening, like when we were in Bali, like we were doing a little bit of stuff and she was kind of listening in the background. And yeah, like I was actually blown away because when she was on sales calls, like her close rate's like 60 or 70%. She's like not getting any no's. And I'm like, are we just going to keep increasing until we get a no? Or like, and even now it's still super high. Like to give her credit, like she's brought in more people than what I have. And yeah, like obviously she's learned a lot and it's really good to see.
Wow, that is fantastic. And I love the way that you guys can balance each other out because, like, now that I've seen the insides of so many businesses, there's just always needs to be, like, as you scale, really like that person that's okay, the like operator, right? Like, no, we need to build a system, like, we need infrastructure, like, we need to be that person. Like, I kind of like think of the analogy like the man builds the house, the woman makes it a home. It's kind of like the same thing in business where it's like we need to have that infrastructure. And then we also need the person who's going to like be the visionary and who's going to be like, okay, I'm going to go and get some decorations and like make it beautiful and all of that. And I think it's so great that you guys can work together because what you'll start to see is like, I hope that one day you guys want to get to $1 million and 2 million, 3 million, and so on and so forth. And what you'll see, and like I just had this call with one of our mastermind students like 2 hours before this, where I was like, girl, like the only thing holding you back from your next level is your leadership and like your ability to lead other people. And I think it's so beautiful that like at this level, right, you're 50K in 90 days, you guys are already having that dynamic of needing to decide like, okay, like maybe Tegan's a little bit down today. So like Nathan's going to bring you up and be like, no, we got this, because it's those little moments that will either make or break you.
Yeah, 100%. Like to say that, not everything is always perfect. Like we definitely fight about things sometimes. And I'm like, no, we're doing it my way. Like it's definitely like that's just real life. But even like outside of being like business partners, like our relationship, like we have very strong foundations in what we do. So like I know my role as the woman. I'm like, yeah, I've got the systems, I know how to build everything out. And Nath has always been the biggest visionary. Like everything we do is based on the vision that he has then given me inside like my mind as well. So yeah.
And I think a big part of success is just having that ability to believe in, the vision and yourself. And just like when people thinking you're crazy and people are giving you hate comments, which we've just been experiencing, like you just have to like tunnel vision and ignore the noise and just actually trust yourself. Because if you can get past that block, then that's when I believe that success really starts to open up for you.
I love that. And now, kind of pivoting the conversation to more of like the tactics of CCA, the systems we teach. Like, you guys already know I'm so big on like, we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems, right? That James Clear quote from Atomic Habits. What would you say were the biggest like needle movers that you guys took? If you had to identify maybe like one or two tactical things you did that really changed the game for you guys to make over 50K in 90 days, what would you say those few things were?
I think one of the inside of the course, like the actionable steps to take every day, like by just ticking off, I guess, an SOP and just doing that every day, knowing that it's going to push the business forward. I think like with other mentors and people in the past, they may give you advice, but the advice isn't like concrete. It's not like do this for the next 60 days and you will get a result. Whereas like everything inside the course, including like the KPIs, it's very much like if you send this many messages, you do this post, you do these stories, and specifically like this, like you will get leads. And yeah, it's something like I mentioned before that we just completely trusted the process. And the first 4 weeks, it's hard to trust the process when you're not getting wins, but that's when you really need to trust the process. And just having that simple, clear, actionable steps on what to do daily is really, really beneficial. I'm not sure if you've got anything to add on to that.
Like adding to that 100%, like we've worked with a few mentors in the past, and the biggest thing that they lacked is what you have inside of your course, like making us do the work. Like it's all well and good like mentoring someone and telling them what to do, but then them actually taking the steps to implement it inside their business is the next thing. And like it's a whole beast. Like like we would sit here for days and binge watch your course and like write everything down, and then we'd go back and we'd do it again. And that is the pivotal step that has led to our success. I 100% believe that to the core.
Wow, that is so powerful. And it's something that I so deeply believe in. And you know what's interesting? Like, you guys know, like, we're going through this rebrand. I just did like a new photo shoot. We've upgraded the classroom and the curriculum and the feel. And like, I've been sitting with this and I'm like, what makes CCA so different? Like, what makes our community so different? Like, how are we able to get repeatable results like over and over and over again? And it's like what you guys just said. And I made this post this morning, like just kind of in my internal brain dump. I need to like formulate it to make it sound better for the public, honestly. But it was basically like, fuck lazy leadership. Like, fuck these coaches that are just like saying shit and just like almost like brain dumping onto you and not really giving you like tactical, tangible, like, here's exactly what you should do. And I think that's what makes this program stand out, because like there's plenty of fluff out there. Like, I could go guide you to like 100 different people if that's what you're looking for. But we are like the real deal and we mean business. So I love that you said that.
Yeah.
100%. Even like we took like a lot of what we learned and how we became so successful, and we're like, how can we make this easy for aspiring entrepreneurs? Like, obviously for us, we're in a different position working with you because we've been in the business space before. So we're like, how can we make something like this even simpler? And the action items, like I'm in the private chats with our clients like all the time, like, how are your action items going? Are we doing work? And now they're getting results. And like I always say to Nate, it's like a pinch me moment. I'm like, how did we do that? Like, what happened? Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow, that is so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I guess like now looking back, like if you had to go talk to your like February version of you, did you have any maybe like fears before joining? Like maybe someone's listening to this because they just got on a sales call with the team, or they're maybe thinking about pushing that apply button. What kind of fears did you have that now that you've gone through the program, you maybe look back on and would give some advice to your previous self?
Yeah, I'm lucky. I don't have too many fears around that, but I do know that a lot of people have fears around investing, and it can be scary, like, investing in yourself.
Yeah.
But single-handedly, like over the last kind of 2 or 3 years, like us having the ability to continually just keep upskilling and talking to people like yourself who are where we want to be, like it just completely not only fast tracks, but it gets you there. In otherwise, you probably wouldn't be there if you left it up to yourself. So, something that I always ask myself is like, if I don't do this, like, where will I be in 6 months? And if you're continually doing the same things day in and day out, and you haven't got the result that you want, like, it's safe to say that you need help in that area. And I think that that's what people do. They need to make decisions not based on the monetary side of things or the investment side of things, but make decisions based on their future self and where they actually want to go. So like for us, we saw that you had screenshots of making like millions online, and we're like, that's what we want to do. So it makes complete sense following that path. So I think, like, to wrap it up with that, it's like, yeah, if you're not getting the result and you're really wanting to back yourself and you have a clear vision, you just need to trust the process and actually, put something down in order to get to where you want to be, because ultimately that's the only way that you can get there.
Thank you so much for sharing
and
that.
Like even before like we invested with you as well, like I always, like, I'm a thinker. I'm like, oh yeah, like I'll go think about it and I'll get back to you. But even what I say to our clients, like, when you're the most scared about doing something, just like jump the furthest and just take action. So yeah, anyone that's on the fence, like, just trust your intuition. Like, your intuition's always right.
Go through the mini course.
Oh, I love that. I love how you guys are saying like, oh yeah, I went through the mini course and like, we're the people who booked a call. And I'm like, shit, I hope that's leading to the right place. Like, I gotta go refresh our funnels and look into that. So thank you for calling that out. All right, really good stuff. So I guess my final question for you guys would be like, what's next, right? Like, I think a lot of times people join a program and they're with it for like 3 months, 4 months, or like, yay, I got this big win and this is great. And then we do the testimonial, like blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, what's next? What is your bigger vision from here now that you see what you were able to achieve in the first 90 days?
Yeah, so our vision is to scale our business to consistent 50K months and then keep going. So we are always like massive on investing with mentors or reinvesting with mentors that are doing what we want to do. Like, we have a goal, honestly, to make $1 million by the 13th of December this year. So we are doing
500 or a million?
$1 million. So like, we're going for it. Nate wants to be a millionaire by the time he's 30.
I have said that.
Yes.
So like we're on the clock now.
Let's go. I love it. I believe it. And the same way that you guys were able to like implement so fast with CCA, like becoming a revenue millionaire, a net worth millionaire, achieving any financial goal, it's literally just math. It's just like reverse engineering the math. So it's like, I want to make this amount of money by this certain date. What do we need to do to help you get there? And something that I think is really cool, that like we teach our clients, but also something that like we're embodying as well too, is like, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, is it really takes like getting to like 15 to 20K a month to have that foundation. Like we were talking about the foundation of a home. And then we go and we like get the contractors and we start building the like mansion, right? The $1 million a year business. You guys are in the absolute best spot now. This is like actually how we help our clients in creator mastery. Because through this rebrand that we're doing, like we started to be like, okay, what are kind of like the milestones and the way in which businesses scale? And we see the same like patterns over and over again, where it's like, okay, you first need to get kind of out of that zero phase. I think because like Nathan, you had prior business experience, like you already were making like some money and knowing the online business space. Now you guys made the hardest jump, which is like that really like inconsistent 0, 1 month, 3K, then 5K, and just kind of like all about and around, to then the 15 to 20K a month is such an amazing spot to be in, because you're solid. Like you have some money to reinvest back into the business. You understand like this leadership, this mindset stuff. You have product market fit. You got to just keep running it up to $1 million. But you guys got the foundation, which is like the hardest part. So for anybody listening out there, and this is like how we're shifting our marketing as well, is like, we're just trying to get you to that solid like 15 to 20K a month, because from there it's so much easier to like scale up to 1 million, because you've kind of gone through like those difficult ups and downs already. It's still hard, like don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say it's easy, but like the product market fit part is usually the most challenging.
Yeah, that's definitely like the next venture for us and the next thing that's coming. So we're excited for what's in store. Like this year, I can't believe that it's like May, but we're just getting started right now. So like yeah, we're all in to reach our goals for sure.
I think a big one too is like you just got to do the stuff that
Mm.
needs to get done. Like we talk about like just holding leverage over ourselves. So for like book 2 calls each for the day, like we can have a bit of like we live right next to the beach. We live one street away. Like we can go to the
Nice.
beach and actually enjoy our life a bit. But just holding that leverage over yourself, like just doing. Oh, I did one post and I just sent 5 follow-up DMs, but it's not actionable work. Like it's not going to get a result. But if you actually do the stuff that holds leverage over you and your business, then ultimately you can have the afternoon off. You can do what you want to do and still enjoy your life. But it's just having that kind of leverage that you can hold over yourself.
Yeah. Uh, 100%. I agree. This is so good. I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for this conversation and I'm so proud of your wins. So, if people want to learn from you guys, like maybe a registered nurse is listening to this, maybe someone's like in that boat where it's like, they're burnt out, got to pay off the debt, or working in person, right? A PT, and they're like, I want to start an online business and they want to work with you guys. How can they find you?
Yeah, definitely. So we're all over Instagram. So you can find me on at Instagram at Tegan_Robinson. And then for Nate.
Mine's my first and last name, so Nathan.Rants. And yeah, we post heaps of content and we like to think our content's good.
Good. We learned from the best.
Yes. Oh, I love it so much. Any final thoughts before we wrap up that maybe you'd want to share with someone listening to this?
Yeah, I think just like whatever it is that you're deciding to do, if it's like a complete career switch like me, just trust in yourself. Like life is incredible and it's there to be lived. And I think the world, that we've been brought up into, it's like very strict on like the 9 to 5 and all these types of things. So just like trust in yourself. If you want to travel more, if you want to be like a present mom, a present dad, like whatever it is that you want to do, like take the step, like invest in yourself. What have you honestly got to lose for sure?
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, of course, like just touching on what Teague said then, like the world's changing. Like when our parents were around, like 9 to 5s were normal, and now you can make thousands, if not millions, online. And if you're feeling a pull, which we definitely were with our 9 to 5s, like listen to your intuition. Like it doesn't lie to you. Uh, Everything that you do is going to be hard regardless. Like online business, and we're not here to tell you that it's easy, but it's much more rewarding hard than what a 9 to 5 is, and obviously you can make a lot more money too. So yeah, just trust your intuition, and if you have something that you want to monetize, then just go for it, go all in.
Super powerful. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show. We'll make sure to tag you so people can look you up, find you. And yeah, just from the bottom of my heart, just super grateful. Like it's always so great for me. Like I love doing these podcasts and these interviews and just like I love helping people make money. Like cuz I just think more money in the hands of good people is really just so good for this world. And like yeah, I mean I could rant about this forever. So thank you guys so much for coming on the show. I appreciate you.